damit herzlich willkommen zu The Stanley Parable 2. Wenn ihr gerade davor einen Todesschock bekommen habt, frage ich mich nicht warum, okay? Okay. Ja, ich hoffe, die Aufnahme ist genau gestartet, als ich geredet habe. Würde passen. Ah ja, oder ja, wie es eigentlich heißt, The Stanley Parable unter Deluxe, aber wir nennen es heute mal The Stanley Parable 2, weil es da oben steht. Aber wenn ich es starte, steht es nicht dort. Also, ich meine in dem Sinne, die Anwendung auf Dinge, das steht es ja auch schon davor, immer hat der Name drauf. Und da stand dann Ultra Deluxe. Jetzt steht hier natürlich The Stanley Parable 2. Hatten wir ja gestern gefunden. Und ich finde es geil. Ich habe richtig Bock, mit den Eimer heute unsere schönsten Abenteuer zu erleben der Welt. Und die traurigsten. Naja, dann mal let's go. Oder warte mal, ich will noch ein Ending aussuchen. Oder ein Ending probieren. Ohne den Eimer. Ich habe gerade eins selber gemacht, weil ein bestimmter nicht da war. Aber dieses Ende werden wir noch mit einem Eimer bestreiten. Das war nämlich das Ende, wenn man es aufmacht. Aber da ist nur die Bombe explodiert. Das war jetzt nicht interessant. Ich habe versucht, die Button zu drücken, aber joa, ist halt explodiert dann. Na, aber dann jetzt mal let's go. Und the end is never the end. Ach komm. Am liebsten würde ich nochmal diese Memory-Dingens erleben. Das war wirklich geil gestern. Das will ich eigentlich nochmal haben. Das war wirklich interessant. Interessant.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Genau.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished...
Ah, ich krieg das nicht hin. Ich will eigentlich dieses Spiel nochmal neu starten, weil dann nur ein Button kommt. Das wurde mir nächstes Mal gesagt, aber ich hab's vergessen neu zu starten.
What could it
Aber warte mal, wo
mean?
ist der...
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Ja, okay. Ja, Mr. Memo. Memo. And Mr. Memo. Memo.
The good old bucket. Just Stanley and the bucket. Off on another thrilling adventure together.
Warte, wollte ich nicht was Original machen? Naja. Egal!
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Kann ich das irgendwie auslösen? Och Mann, ich wollte nicht durch. Nicht ganz zumindest. How we can find them. Missionsstatus. Okay, wir haben... Ah, okay. Okay. Is there something to do with stairs? Somewhere both red and blue. Ah, okay, da hinten. Nerby a fireplace. Ich glaube, ich weiß wo. A large room of lots of boxes, hatten wir schon. Inside of the sequel exhibit. A private but smelly place for one important person. Okay, ich muss mal kurz das gucken. Ich kann nicht gut Englisch. Das müsstet ihr wissen. Ich übersetze es mal kurz. Ich weiß, dass das die Figuren sind. Ich habe schon die 6. gefunden. Ah, das wäre geil. Ich sollte mal gucken. Verdammt. Wo habe ich denn hier den Übersetzer? Wo? Warte mal kurz. Stairs. Und nein, so. Man kann auch ein Foto machen, wo. Ich fange an, etwas mit Treppen zu tun. Rot und blau. Fast ein Fetisch. Warte nochmal. Nein, gerade nicht. Auftragsstatus. Ich will das nochmal kurz gucken. Ich will nochmal kurz zurück. Passt besser. Okay, als erstes war Seite einer Folgeausstellung. Zweites Zielraum, viele Kisten. Haben wir. Nein, ja. Treppen, etwas, das mit Treppen zu tun hat. Da weiß ich wohl. Irgendwo sowohl rot als auch blau. Da weiß ich das auch. In der Nähe einer Feuerstelle. Da müssen wir mal gucken. Es gibt uns jetzt Tipp. Also das mit den Stairs könnte ich wissen, wo. Das mit dem roten hier, das weiß ich glaube ich auch. Da müssen wir aber dort hinten hin. Ich glaube, das mit den Stairs, dafür müssen wir jetzt... Okay, das könnten wir jetzt noch schaffen. Da, wenn es dort nicht ist. Oder es muss hier unten sein. Aber laut mir...
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's
ich guck mal
office.
kurz. Okay,
I'm going back to the name of these little Stanley figurines, and now I'm torn between Stanlerines and Figlies.
Halt die Fresse!
What name better encapsulates the intrinsic sense of happiness that you get from seeing a small number in the corner of your screen go up by 1? Let me sit on it. I'm sure it will come to me.
Mann, ey, ich will das hier mal mit dem Eimer machen.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then, something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. He looked down at the bucket in his arms. Am I crazy? He asked the bucket. The bucket returned his gaze, but said nothing at all. That's strange, Stanley thought. Usually the bucket is a source of guidance and wisdom for me in difficult times such as these. He held the bucket close, yet felt none of its familiar reassurance and comfort. And that's when Stanley realized, this isn't my bucket. It's just a normal, everyday bucket. Someone else's bucket, perhaps.
Aber steht doch
How
mein
did I
Name.
end up with someone else's bucket? This is all terribly wrong. Surely no good would come
Was?
from this.
Nein!
Who knows what sorts of bizarre hallucinations Stanley might experience without the psychologically grounding presence of his bucket. And indeed, now he noticed that the rooms were repeating, which was, of course, very odd. And now he felt himself floating off the ground. Oh,
Nein!
he exclaimed. Without my bucket, I've gone truly mad. Where is it? I must find it. Far off in the distance now, he heard it, calling to him.
Wo ist
Stanley! Stanley, it's me!
Wo bist du?
Could it truly be?
Mein
He rushed
Eimer!
forward from room to room, passing by one bucket after the next. None of them were his. None of them were his special bucket.
Come
Wo steht mein Name drauf?
Find me!
He had to find the bucket.
Oh my
he had
God.
to return to his
Mein
old friend.
Eimer!
It was the only way to truly restore his sanity.
Eimer!
And then suddenly, he froze dead in his tracks. He knew where the voice of the bucket had been coming from. The real bucket was inside of him all along. It was incredibly painful. Stanley doubled over in agony and blacked out.
Alles klar.
This is the story of a woman named Marianne.
Schon wieder! Liege ich da nächstes Mal mit einem Eimer oder was? Wenn ich da jetzt nicht mit einem
Marianne
liege,
woke
dann
up on
würde
a day
ich einfach
like any
ganz...
other. She arose, got dressed, picked up her bucket of confident security, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town, talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. Right away, she knew what the problem was. This man had no bucket. Of course he'd gone mad, ranting and raving about a narrator describing all of his actions and how everything is predetermined and free will is an illusion and it's all just a video game. It could all have been prevented if only he'd taken his bucket with him. Perhaps he didn't even realize he'd forgotten his bucket at home in the first place. How cruel the world can be, Mariella thought, and she hugged her own bucket even tighter. But of course, she had no time for this. There were a myriad of confusing problems she would soon have to confront at work, for which her bucket would provide absolute guidance and total clarity on everything. Heck yes, she thought to herself, my life kicks ass. And she backflipped all the way to work.
Geil. Geil. Geil.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Okay,
what could it mean?
Okay, wir müssen uns nicht
Stanley
mal
decided to
weitermachen.
go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Tschüss, mein Eimer, oder mit meinem Eimer.
The bucket asked. Stanley just
Aber das war gerade irgendwie ein bisschen traurig. Der hat mir einfach meinen Eimer weggenommen, so fies er war.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room. But Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
Nope.
No,
said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Good,
Said the bucket.
now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Tschüss.
No, stop. Look there on the wall. You see, there's a sign right there. It says, no buckets past this point. Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here? Unless, what if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket? I suppose that would explain a lot about your behavior.
Ich will da rein!
Which, if that's true, well, my goodness, I think we have to do something about it. This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly.
Oh shit, wirklich.
So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what is and isn't a bucket. Please, step in here for a moment.
Ich will aber nicht. Oh Mann, ich hasse dich. Ich hasse dich, wow. Bitte sag mir jetzt nicht so eine Präsentation. Sag mir das bitte nicht. Er tut es wirklich. Wie bei SDS.
Now then, I'm going to run you through some test scenarios and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket.
Is this a
Simple
bucket?
enough, right? This should tell us everything we'll ever need to know about what is or is not a bucket. Okay, let's begin. Item 1. Is this a bucket?
Ja.
Incorrect.
Was?
It is a hologram of a bucket.
Woher soll ich das wissen? Es ist gemein.
Item 2. Is this a bucket? Incorrect.
Was?
It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket.
Das
not an
ist eine
actual bucket.
verfickte Scheiße. Du bist so gemein. Du kleiner Hund.
Item 3. Is this a bucket?
Das ist ein Eimer.
Incorrect.
Was?
This is a bucket.
Du willst mich doch verarschen! Digga, das ist eine Betrügerei. Betrügerei?
Item 4. Is this a bucket?
Ja.
Are you hallucinating? This is a tractor. It's an enormous machine that tills the earth. I thought this was a gimmick. How on earth did you manage to screw it up? Absolutely incredible. Let's just move on to the next one. Is this a bucket?
Jetzt gleich sagt er, es ist ein Bucket.
Incorrect.
Was?
This is a bucket.
Nein, das ist nicht so klein auch.
Item 6. Is this a bucket?
Ich sag nichts. Evo. Tschüss! Ich hab keinen Bock auf dich. Ich drück jetzt einfach mal richtig, aber er sagt gleich falsch. Wenn.
Trick question. Both. Gotcha.
Du kleinerer.
Item. Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. Should be around here somewhere. Yes. Thank you. There's nothing here. Of course it isn't a bucket. We both know full well that nothing isn't a bucket. Wait, when I say nothing isn't a bucket, that makes it sound like I'm saying everything is a bucket, which of course is not true. Unless, is that what you think? Answer me straight, Stanley. Are you trying to tell me that you believe everything is a bucket?
Yeah.
You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago I could answer these questions with confidence. And yet now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is? Am I a bucket? Stanley, I can't keep doing this. I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with. I'm afraid the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart. I can't have that. I'm sorry. But I'm going to erase all buckets from the game entirely.
Nein!
Okay, here we go.
Lass es. Nein, 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 mein Eimer.
What happened? Is everything gone? Why did everything disappear? Wait, was everything a bucket? Every single thing in the game was a bucket. Oh my God, I had no idea. How could... Except me. I'm not a bucket after all. And you, Stanley, you're still here. You're not a bucket either. Oh, this is wonderful news. We're not buckets. Yes, I actually feel much more at ease right now. It's delightful to get some clarity on that issue, but it doesn't change the fact that we haven't got a game. So, tell you what, I'll reset everything. We'll take back all of the buckets, okay? And we'll know that it's all a bucket. But if you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that. Who knows what that information might do to a person. All right, here we go.
The end's never the end, it's never the end. Digga, ich wusste, dass alles ein Eimer ist. Alles ist im Eimer. Im wahrsten Sinne des Wortes. A bucket. It's a bucket. It's a bucket. I'm a bucket, you a bucket. Okay, komm, wir lassen.
All of his co-workers
ich wollte diese
What could it mean?
Ballons eigentlich
Stanley
nicht.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Tschüss, Herr Eimer. Mir tut es aber auch immer weh, wenn ich ohne den Eimer will.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow. Yes. This room. What a beautiful room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
What? Really?
I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why,
Yeah.
I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you,
Das
to
ist
show
ja
you something
immer noch.
beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side.
Okay,
Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the
Guck mal, hier
red.
ist er.
You're getting close now, Stanley.
Let's go!
You've nearly
Den
gotten
letzten. Jetzt sind
all
nur
of
noch
the
die
Fiddler and the
letzten.
Rings.
Yes!
Very soon, you'll collect the last one. And then the first number
Müssen noch
will
dieses
equal the
Lagerfeuer
second
finden
number.
oder sowas.
And that will be it.
Wusste ich doch,
We'll
dass
be
ich hier
different
richtig
people
bin.
by then. Different in the sense that we used to have none of them. And now we have them all. You can't go back to when you had no Fiddler and Marines. None of us can.
Ja! Jetzt fehlt uns nur noch eine und nur noch eine. Juhu! Juhu! Ich gehe mal hier die blaue.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley
Nein.
walked through the red door. I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
Nope.
All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here.
Hä?
I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
Say what? Okay. Tschüss.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here. Okay, so we're getting somewhere. Clearly there's something here that speaks to you. If I can be honest here, I really don't have any idea where I'm going with this. This whole third door thing was just a stab in the dark. But I guess you're into it, so let's keep this party train rolling. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's
Wer mit
take a look.
Tür jetzt? Alles klar. Alles klar. Alles klar, wo.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
Ja.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up.
What the f...
In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click
hier
the button
soll
to move him
die
back to
Dingens
the
sein.
right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience. You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here? Yes. This seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
The end is never the end, it's never the end, it's never the end. What the... What? Say what?
Fascinating. What do you think this game is about, Stanley? What's our backstory? What is our motivation? Well, it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower, perhaps for some sort of twisted erotic purpose. Yes, that must be it. What a fascinating venture into the experience of total mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley. And it seems there's even more. Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
Das hat sich wie bei Minecraft gehört, im Ernst. Juhu! Wow, das ist ja echt komisch hier. Das fühlt sich richtig komisch an, wenn man in einem anderen Spiel ist eigentlich.
Oh, no, it can't be. It is. It's an open world game. Good God, quickly, block it off. Oh, thank goodness, Stanley, what a close call. You nearly wandered off into that thing, that big, open, just wandering around, no right or wrong directions, no path to follow. You can just go in any... Oh, thank heavens we avoided it. We're out of the woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game. Something with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls.
Hello. Hello.
Okay, I think this will be just the thing.
Nein! Mann! Aber es macht Spaß. Gerade irgendwie. Macht es eigentlich... Rocket League.
Wonderful. See, this is exactly what I had in mind.
Echt
Just a nice big box for
Wie
you
viele
to
Hobbys
run.
hast
There
du?
isn't any possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is game design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed.
Rocket League. Willst du mich
Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun. We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together. Yes, I think surely we must. Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
Oh mein Gott, bin ich schnell. Miau. Wow, ist das dumm. Oh, ist das geil gemacht. Digga.
Are you doing it? Are you winning? Is this fun? Is it better than my miserable little story that I worked so hard on? Stanley, Hold on. What are you doing?
Lol. Das war random. Das war nicht voraussehbar.
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley, come back.
Zu tun? Nein, ich will nicht unnötig schwächer sein. Ich bin so alleine. Ich fliege bis ins Unendliche, Unendliche. Das fühlt sich so leer an. Wie ein Labyrinth, wo. Aber boah, das ist geil. Wow. Digga. Das habe ich bisher echt nicht gesehen, Digga. Das war ganz random. Geht das mit Rocket League schon, aber das hier jetzt weiß ich nicht mehr. Okay, Glück gehabt. Das fühlt sich so leer an. What the
I wonder what he found.
Ich weiß nicht, was er gefunden
If what
hat.
he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes,
Oh
I'll be
ja,
back.
ja.
There's no
Ich werde
way.
wiederkommen.
Once this ends, after it all
Wenn das
comes
jetzt
to
zu
a
Ende ist,
close, then
wenn
I'll be
alles
back.
abgeschlossen ist, bin ich wieder
The
da.
end will be here
Das
soon.
Ende ist gleich hier. Jeden
Very
Moment.
soon.
Jeden Moment.
I can wait.
Ich kann warten. Ich kann auch warten. The end is never the end, it's 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 never the end, and the end is never the end, and the end is never the end, it's never the end, it's never the end, it's never the end, it's never the end, and.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Ach Mann, da gibt's nichts. Ich will mal kurz gucken, wegen der letzten, Figur. Ich guck mal kurz. In der Nähe Feuerstelle. In der Nähe einer Feuerstelle. Au. Okay, ich muss mal kurz gucken. Stanley-Figuren. War das jetzt 4 oder 3? Ich muss mal kurz gucken. Ja, okay, die haben. The best look for figure 6. ich hab's. Ich muss mal kurz zu...
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Fünf. Ja, okay, dann bin ich richtig. Ich werde es gleich schon finden. Übersetzer Deutsch. Ah. Okay. Okay, ich kopiere das mal kurz. Folge 5 erfordert, dass sie in das Geschäft gehen, den Geheimgang öffnen, der hinter dem Kamin versteckt ist. Der Code dazu wird, sobald es entriegelt ist, links ein Aufzug in einem großen roten Turm in der Stadt einzusteigen, finde ich. Bin gleich wieder da. jetzt mal, bin jetzt wieder da. Ich bin ganz kurz woanders hin. Nämlich, ich muss gleich weg. Deswegen müssen wir nach dieser Figur direkt aufhören. Weil nicht ich. Aber ich versuche gerade herauszufinden. Jetzt gerade. Figur 5 erfordert das, aber 6, die 6. Figur, in der Sackgasse rechts. Kann es sein, dass die so blöd sind und es vergessen haben? So geht es echt nicht. Ich gucke auf YouTube. Das wird mir so ein bisschen Chaos machen. Stanley. Okay. Man hört mich ja nicht mal richtig. Okay, ich guck noch was. Okay, die haben wir. Ah, scheiße, wir sind... Okay, fast falsch. wir sind schon mal richtig. Okay. Ich hab's vielleicht.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Ich guck ganz kurz. Die habe ich ja schon längst eingesammelt. Die muss ich eigentlich auch haben.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music. Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
What?
And there it is, the last Stiggly Wiggly. Savor this moment, Stanley. This is a real accomplishment. This is doing something just for the sake of doing it. Where so many people expect to be rewarded for the most trivial achievements, you've insisted that a job well done is its own reward. I would tell you that I'm proud of you for collecting them all, but that would be like a reward, and we can't have that. So, instead I'll just say, it's done. We're all done here. And now we can go to whatever the hell you were doing before you hunted for figurines.
Oh, Mann, ey. Du bist wirklich fies. Ich hab gar nichts bekommen. Was ist zum Heulen? Also jetzt den Loading Bildschirm. Yeah, baby.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Das hier ist neu, oder? Das habe ich noch gar nicht gesehen, lol. Okay, wir gehen mal
Although this
hierher.
passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death. The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Okay, es bringt auch nichts mehr. Wir gehen jetzt geradeaus. Weiter. Yahoo! The end is never the end, it's never the end, it's never the end. Oh, dieser Bildschirm, das ist immer noch geil. Ah, ich werde den Bildschirm nie vergessen.
As the machine
Say
whirred
what?
into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Tschüss.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Say what? Ich will gar nicht gestorben. The Stanley Powerball.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
The Stanley Powerball? The quest.
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Stanleys Computer. Bürogrundriss. Dieser Plan zeigt Büro vom Spielanfang der Weg von der gebaut wurde. Im Laufe der Entwicklung werden Abschnitte hinzugefügt. Aber der Kerngrund ist fast identisch zum ersten Durchlauf. Ja, das stimmt eigentlich. Eigentlich. okay. Ah, okay. Aktienstränke. Da gibt es dazu. Gibt es nichts. Oho. Oho. Ja. Da war gerade Solitär drauf. Das Büro. Das Büro. Aufgeräusche. Boah, ist das ein geiles Museum. Ja, zum Gucken. Ah, YouTube gucken. Das wird wirklich geil. Die Ego-Shooter mögen, was nicht unsere Absicht war. Die Lounge. Das Büro. Der Wohnungstimer. Ja, das kenne ich wieder. Wow, gibt es hier viel zu entdecken. Das verstehe ich jetzt nicht so ganz, aber... Okay. Diesen Trailer habe ich mir auch schon angesehen, so. Also nur so einfach mal. Erkenne ich gerade nicht wieder. Oh! Oh! Oh, okay. Ja, das kann man so auch machen. Geht auch.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free. Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Turn off your PlayStation. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let...
Ich musste es tun. Ich will mein PlayStation nie ausmachen. Oh, wow, das war mal was Geiles. Das war mal ein neues Ende. Also ich mag es. Ich will noch mal ins Museum. Ich hoffe, es geht. Wir müssen noch mal ansehen. Ich wusste es jetzt nicht, aber ich glaube, ich habe mir da noch ein bisschen noch nicht was angesehen. Da fehlt mir noch ein bisschen. Aber geil ist es so. Ist interessant zu sehen. Naja. Was ist hier los? Schade, dass die einige Sachen weggemacht haben. Ich glaube, wir sind in den Aktenschrank. Ja. Oh, Boys. Ist das fies, wow. Was ist denn hier
Stanley,
los?
I'm sorry, but I have to put a pause on things. It's those figurines. Those figglers. I haven't stopped thinking about them since you nabbed every last one. Wasn't it just the most intrinsically fulfilling moment of your entire life? Didn't it fill you to the brim with inner richness? Yes, I know we're supposed to be telling a story, but won't you please indulge me with one more trip back to the memory zone? I would love nothing more than to revisit the figurines. Just one more time.
Okay, gerne. Gerne. Eigentlich will ich das jetzt beenden, aber... Ich will nochmal zurück zur Memory Zone. Das war mir zu geil. die Memory Zone. Meine Lieblingszone. Noch einmal darin zurückgehen. Das war das, was ich mir gewünscht habe.
Feierabend.
Das war's. Ich muss leider jetzt aufhören und deswegen können wir uns das morgen anschauen. Ich hoffe, es ist verlassen. Like, Abo da und dann. Ciao, ciao.